it's May and it's time for a midweek minute, and today's minute is going to be super fun. We're going to use two products, really more than that, but I'm going to start with these two. Number one is some Burlap. I picked up at Michael's a while back. I've had it, gosh, I think since last year this time. I've had it for a long time, and it's been in a cabinet, so we're going to use that. And I guess I don't care where it's been, right? And then I picked this up last year also. This is 10 yards of decorative wired ribbon. It is burlappy. Can you see the texture? And it's wired. So we're going to use those two products. And I used the Artiste cartridge. Now let me tell you what happened. This weekend, Taylor and I and some of my family all went, I'm crooked, I do not like to be crooked. We all went to a store called Old Time Pottery here in Alabama. And they had burlap flower arrangements that I thought were so pretty. That the flower itself was burlap. And I thought, how could I recreate that at home with that burlap I've got, because I'm not using it and I didn't really like it. So here's what I did. I took some of that burlap as well as some Mod Podge for fabric. I don't think it matters which one you take. I have like 3 different ones and I saw it said fabric, so that's the one I used. And I took my Artiste cartridge and I cut out these flower shapes. See this? And let them dry totally. Once they were dry, I cut these off, and I'm going to do that in just a second. But this is what I got. And can you see the purple in them? So they're burlap and they're purple. And I thought I could stack them and make a really pretty flower, but I think they look better not stacked. So we're going to play with them a little bit. But the first thing I'm going to do, I've let these dry totally. Now they're a little gummy feeling, but that's okay. The reason I did this is so I could get some bend out of them and some movement. So let me cut these out and then I'll show you what we're going to do with them. And I think it's easier to cut them from the back side. And what I typically do is go all the way around them. Like this. And then come back and get the middles. The flowers they had at Old Time Pottery were just burlap on the petals. But the centers were a green raised burlap. They were so pretty. I mean, these are not going to look just like them, but they inspired this. So we'll see what we get. It's funny too because my mom doesn't typically like the same stuff I like. She kind of likes different things, and we both like the burlap flowers. So I thought that was cool. So see how that cut out? And I'm not worried about the middle because I'm going to put something on the middles. But now I can shape them because I want them to have some shape. Alright, I'm just going to keep cutting out and we will go from there. Okay, so here they are. And they are all done, and now I'm just rolling those edges. Having the paper on the back of them really helps because it holds the shape that I'm putting in them. And right now they feel kind of like leather. And if you can see, this has a burgundy behind it. This has a yellow behind, orange behind it. And this has yellow behind it. So I have purple, I have some fall colors going for me. And then I want to show you this. With that blue ribbon I showed you, with this ribbon, it's kind of a teal green. It's not really blue, but this is what I did. I Mod Podged on the back of it so it would stay together. And I cut some leaves out. So there's some leaves. And I also did this on those. And I thought if I needed the color, I've got 2 of these cut out. I just wanted to test it. But it works on this too. You just don't see the color through. So I did the same thing with those. I was at my local thrift store. And I bought this frame for 99 cents. And it is really a pretty black frame. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. And what I'm going to do, this piece of cardboard came inside of it, and I have this piece of paper. I'm going to cover this with that. So I'm going to move my flowers, and I am simply going to run some adhesive just to hold it in place. And it's pretty simple because it's just a polka dot pattern, so as long as I have it pretty good on there, it's not going to matter what it looks like 100%. I'm going to turn it over. Now I don't want this to show through, so I'm just going to use my craft knife and cut the edges off. The reason I'm going to go ahead and put it in is because I'm going to put the flowers in on top, and they're going to be a little bit three-dimensional. I love orange and black together. I love that, love it, love it. Okay. And I love cheap frames. So now see, I'm going to do my arrangement in here. I'm not sure how yet. I'm probably going to use some dimensionals because I want them to kind of stick out a good bit. And I have to shape them and everything. But that's what I'm going to do. So, the only other thing I'm going to do before I cut away is I'm going to cut some burlap strips to be the stems of the flower. So I'm going to do that and then I'll be back. Okay guys, so here's what I have done with the camera off. I decided to cut the edge of the ribbon to make stems. See how I just cut a piece off? So I'm going to use this wired part. And I may need more than this, but for now I'm going to start with these. And I'm just going to glue them down to start with. For this I'm going to use some zip dry. Okay, and now it's just a matter of deciding where I want to put them. I kind of like that layout. I think that looks good. And so what I'm going to do is put them on with dimensionals. I'm going to use a double thickness. So I'm going to peel off the backer on 4 of these guys while they're still on here. Then I'm going to take an extra one and put it on top of it. Pull one from this side. And then they'll be all ready to go when they come off. So let's start with this guy. Put him back here and press him in place. I like all the dimension. And then this little guy. Why they gotta be guys, Amy? I don't know. They just are. Okay. So now we have our flowers. And now it's time for leaves. I know I want to put some leaves in this area. Look how those just dress it up. Wait. I put the Mod Podge on one side. So I'm kind of wanting to use the Mod Podge side as the down side. As the bottom part. Okay. Then I'm going to put some in here like so. So there's that. Also, I have these little guys that are so cute and they kind of go with the color scheme and I haven't used them and they're just sticky back flower buttons and I'm just going to place them here and there just to put some color, just additional color. So that fills in some little spots. And then last but not least, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this little piece of wire ribbon like I used for the stem and I'm going to curl it kind of tight around a paintbrush. Really tightly. I had a friend that used to do flower arrangements and her signature was this little swirl. And I think this would be cute if we add some of these here and there. So now I'm just going to cut them apart. And you can always make more if you need them. If you didn't get a long enough piece or if you just think you want to add more, you can. So, put some glue on. Find a good spot for it. I like it right there. Then maybe this one will head out here. Nah. Maybe from here. Just turn it upside down. Ooh, I can't decide. Oh, I like it there. Yep, that's good. Last thing I want to do, simply because it seems like everything I'm doing lately has some glitter to it. And so it will blend in. I'm going to put a little bit of stickles on the flowers. Just kind of in some spots. And here's what I'm going to do. On my leaves, I'm just going to pull some out to be like veins. And And then here I'm just going to kind of smear it around a little bit. So like let the middles be a little more glittery than the outsides. And my block is too big, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to sit it down. Like Sammy. And then we are going to smash it with our hand. And then pick it up. Cute. Just kind of rough in the background, it says fall. And that is it, guys. So burlap flowers, that's the tip for the week. So if you try them, let me know. I'll hold it up a little bit. See how they have a little shine? If you had the matte, I think I'd be happier with the matte. But just to try it, it was something to do. I'll take pictures and let you see how it looks in pictures. But until next week, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.